Hi everyone, and welcome back to another stimulus check update video. In today's video, I will be focusing on providing an update to railroad retirement, Social Security, and Veteran Affairs beneficiaries. The IRS provided an update on their website on May 15th, so I would like to provide this information to you all. But before I get into that information, if you are enjoying these update videos, definitely go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below letting me know if you received your payment or if you have not received your payment as yet. This is helping out a lot of people, and it also helps to get this video out to a lot of people who are seeking the same information as you are. So with that said, let's get straight into the questions that is provided by the IRS. It's question number 48 and question number 49. So question number 48 states, do Social Security, Railroad Retirement, and Department of Veteran Affairs benefit recipients need to take any action? And this question is split into 5 different sections, so I'm going to go over each section briefly. However, I will provide the link down below in the description. All you have to do is click on the link and then click on the question once the link loads. Click on the question and you'll be able to read everything in that question. So category number 1, if you have not filed the 2019 or 2018 tax return and are not required to file and do not have a spouse or qualifying children to claim, then you do not need to do anything. So the IRS will use your information from the benefits that you are receiving to provide you your economic impact payment in the same way in which you are receiving those payments for your benefits. Moving on to the next category. If you have already filed a 2019 or 2018 tax return, you do not need to take any action. Once again, the IRS will use your latest tax return information on file to determine your eligibility. And based on how you received that payment for your tax return will be the same way that you will receive your economic impact payment. So if you provided your direct deposit information, the IRS will be direct depositing a stimulus payment into that same account. If you did not provide direct deposit information, or if you owed taxes, or if you decided to apply your tax return to your estimated 2020 tax return, then you will not receive a direct deposit. Instead, you will receive a paper check in the mail. Let's move on to category. I keep saying question, right? Category number 3. If you have not filed the 2019 or 2018 tax return and are required to file, you should file as soon as possible. If you are required to file, you should file as soon as possible, especially if you don't at least have a 2018 tax return on file. Now remember, if you do not provide your direct deposit information when you do file your taxes, then the IRS will mail out a check to you. Another thing to keep in mind too, as I stated in the category before this one, if you end up owing money on your taxes, keep in mind that the IRS will not take your direct deposit information, and instead they will issue a check to you. And also something that's very important to note is do not use the non-filers tool if you are required to file taxes. This can delay your tax refund, and it can also delay your stimulus payment. Let's go on to category number 4. If you have not filed a 2019 or 2018 tax return and are not required to file, and you have a spouse or qualifying children to claim, the deadline to input qualifying children for beneficiaries of these programs has already passed. It was May 5th, I believe. So all hope isn't lost, and I want to focus on this one little loophole that the IRS provided there. But you can feel free to read all the information by clicking the link down below. So if you do have a spouse and that spouse is not a beneficiary recipient and they are eligible to receive a stimulus payment and their stimulus payment has not been processed yet, meaning there isn't at least a pending deposit or the money has not been released into their bank account or the check has not been mailed yet, they can still input their children, your children, into the non-filers tool so that you can receive that benefit. So keep in mind that the payments must not have been processed as yet. And I hope that made sense. I think that made sense. Sounded weird, but I think that made sense. But anyway, moving along, if all else fails and everyone has already received their payments and the deadline has passed, then Unfortunately, you will have to wait until 2021 and file 2020 taxes in order to claim that benefit. So this is information from the IRS. And finally, if you were claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return, there is no action that you need to take because according to how the bill was written, the language within the bill, you do not qualify for a stimulus payment. However, the IRS has stated on their website, if you are not going to be claimed as a dependent for 2020, then next year in 2021, during the 2020 tax season, you will be able to file taxes so that you can claim your stimulus payment benefit. So unfortunately, you will have to wait until next year. And finally, when will eligible Social Security, Railroad Retirement, and Veteran Affairs recipients who are not required to file a tax return receive their economic impact payment? The IRS has stated that most Social Security and Railroad Retirement recipients have already received their payments. So if you do receive an SSA or RRB 1099 form, most of those payments have already been issued, and you can check the Get My Payment application for the status of your payment. Now, we do know that the Get My Payment application was not working for a lot of people, and it states that payment status is not available. If this is happening, this does not mean that you will not receive your payment. This just means that the payment has not been processed, and until the payment has been processed, that information will not be available in the system. So continue to check every day. It just means that your payment has not been processed. And I'm seeing a lot of comments still that they are getting this note from the tool. So be sure to keep checking because that will change. And I'll touch on supplemental security income. So supplemental security income and veteran benefit recipients will start receiving their stimulus payments in mid-May. So mid-May has already passed, and I have seen a comment on one of my videos that someone who is a veteran has received the pending deposit for May 20th. So those payments are beginning to be sent out, and mail checks were supposed to start on Friday, May 15th. So guys, that is this update. It's quite a little bit more of a lengthy video than I wanted to do, but it's a lot of information, and there's still much more information on the website, so definitely click that link down below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next video.